Okay, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and hit the notification bell because you will not get notified by YouTube that there is a new post. Trust me. All right, so um I want to share something with you guys in relation to Stripe. Now, there's pros and cons when you're dealing with these these semi merchant account services. I say semi merchant account because they're not they're for people that are just getting started in business for the most part. Um Even though you may have some bigger companies that use it, but 9 times out of 10, the larger the company, the larger, the volume, the larger, the stakes are as far as, monthly and annual revenue. Um, that's when a owner of a company want to venture more towards their own merchant services, and we'll get into that later. So right now, some of the top dogs in this particular arena, as far as payment gateway. So that's what we would consider this a payment gateway. So this is the middleman between the transactions between you and your customer, you and your clients. So we have PayPal, which has been around longer. Then we have Square, which came up right behind PayPal, and then we have Stripe. Now, Stripe, as far as I know, is the newest breed. It's been around some years now, but now people are getting more accustomed to using. This is becoming a standard gateway as well, along with alongside with PayPal, Square, and stuff like that. Now Square became more popular because of its point of sale, meaning that uh, for store owners, physical store owners, a point of sale meaning the person can pay by credit and debit card right there at the register at the checkout. And that kind of helped them surpass PayPal in that fashion. Um, so they designed devices strictly around that, and then so now you have Stripe, which primarily dealing with online sales, online business. All right. So this is the small differences, but they all are still payment gateways. Okay. Um, Now, with the payment gateway is simply the middleman between you and your customers. They make sure that you get paid, and they try to make sure that the clients get the products or services that they pay to receive. All right. All right. So the pros is that hey, it allows you to get paid, and it allows your clients to pay you. The cons are you have to be very careful and cautious with understanding the cons as far as risk risk factor, business risk factor. Um, I'll get into the PayPal story. I'm gonna do a separate PayPal video, but with Stripe, let me just say this. Um, a lot of new entrepreneurs I see, or people that's just starting to make money in general online, I see a lot of people using Cash App. Cash App is not a recommended source of anything outside of personal money sharing. If you want to send your kids a couple dollars, okay. Other than that, you want to send a gift or something, okay, whatever. But as far as merchant services, payment gateways, and uh, day-to-day business transactions, Cash App is not on the respect level at all. It's childish. For one, yeah. I think people confuse convenience with um, authenticity, and things of that nature. Yes, it allows you to get paid, quicker and stuff like that. But what happens is they don't do any underwriting with PayPal. It's very light, as far as basic information and stuff like that for you to get started. The bad side about that, companies that allow you to jump in and start making money that quick without further validations, of the business or the person. What happens is once you start generating a lot of money, then they'll cap you off and stop and halt your account, you know, all of a sudden, and then start requesting these additional valid verification documentation and stuff, or information and stuff like that. So to me, that I don't like to be stopped in the middle of you know, of generating revenue. It's not a good thing. And then, like I said, there's very sad cases where people are not even able to retrieve the funds that's inside the account. So, like I said, I'm not gonna make that video about this time, but just keep that in mind. You know, so we can't keep falling victim and settling for, uh, convenience all the time, especially in business. All right. Um, so now a company that I respect in the field outside of general merchants is Stripe. You know, I will say this because, you know, Stripe does what it's supposed to do. You see what I mean? It has convenience to it. So one of the big conveniences that I like about Stripe is it allows you to create multiple accounts seamlessly. Like, so if you'd have 10 businesses, just click new account, boom. And it's gonna, you just add the business information. It's gonna business name, address, phone number, EIN number, whoever's in management or ownership, you got to put their information in, boom. They go to new account, and you can access and manage all of these accounts seamlessly through your dashboard. So this is like major to me as far as account management and stuff like that. Major. Now, you can disperse all of your funds coming in and out straight to a debit card or whatever, which is a convenience, right? But like I said, you don't want to just settle with convenience. You want to be able to leverage the board all around the board. So how you leverage the board all around the board dealing with a merchant like Stripe is, okay, cool. You have 10 different businesses. All right. You need to have 10 different business bank accounts, because you need to supposed to have a business bank account per business, right? So whether you have 1 or 10, have a business bank account for that business. We cannot get accustomed to allowing the payment gateway systems as being your actual bank account. And this is the problem people have with PayPal, because when people start using PayPal, because PayPal started issuing now debit cards. You see what I mean? Like early. You see what I mean? So allowing people to access their funds. So this was a MasterCard. You see what I mean? So people was like, shit, what I got to get a bank account for? I mean, I have access to my funds. Have my debit card. And I get it, I see it, and I know why. I mean, I did it for a long time until I learned the hard way that wasn't the best thing to do for multiple cases. But I'm trying not to get into that yet with the PayPal story. But that's what helped PayPal dominate and help and what people fell for the convenience of the PayPal debit card. Now Stripe doesn't give you a debit card, not in that fashion, but you can issue your own debit cards out with Stripe, but I'm not going to get into that right now. All right. So with Stripe, it forces you to push your money out. You see what I mean? So you have to push it somewhere. So the recommended source for you to push your money out is not just any debit card, or not even your business debit card. You want to withdraw those funds directly into your business bank account. So you want to attach that business bank account to your Stripe payment gateway. You see what I mean? So as this stuff pays out, like if it says, whatever's expected to pay out tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's going to automatically transfer that into that business bank account. So now what this does is, now you're not only feeding the merchant or the payment gateway, you're also feeding your business bank account, which is where it's going to matter when you're seeking to apply for and qualify for different types of funding. You see what I mean? So now you can show bank records and bank receipts and bank statements that show and that reflect how much this company is actually making. You know, daily revenue, monthly revenue, annual. You see what I mean? Now you get to show daily revenue and on top of you know, average monthly account balances and stuff like that that the banks are looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so now you be like, well, can I just show them my you know, my Stripe account? You know, now, like I say, Stripe has reports, PayPal has reports and stuff like that, and companies like PayPal are trying to build themselves up to a respectable banking standard where their their monthly and annual reports and account ledgers are going to be respected alongside with your standard you know, business bank ledgers, but they're nowhere close there yet. Nowhere close. You know, now in the future they might graduate into that banking world, you know, being a respected source. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it's definitely not now. You see what I mean? Everything needs to go into that bank, and then on top of that, this is the opportunity to start establishing the appropriate relationship, financial relationship with a bank that you intend to do business with or to receive any type of funds or financing from. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a business bank account and you got a Stripe account, PayPal account, whatever type of account, and those funds are you're not leveraging, pushing those funds into the business bank account, it's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're really destroying an opportunity for you and your business. You see what I mean? So these are necessities. This is no, you know, you know, you got to think about it. You got to think about it a little bit to see if it applies to you. Yes, this applies to anybody that's doing business online. Period. You see what I mean? So no matter what payment gateway you're using, that money needs to be going transferred out of that, and then you got to be careful. Like I say, you got to be careful how those funds are transferred out. You have to allow those funds to get pushed out through the payment gateway. All right, another key feature, huge key feature. You know, speaking of funding, finances, and stuff like that, everybody's looking for money, right? This is how you set yourself up and leverage what's coming in to get the money. So this is how you use revenue in order to get funding. So PayPal does the same thing, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But so what Stripe does is they you know, the first, you know, throughout your whole duration, you know, of processing payments, after that 6-month mark, they start to really pay attention to your account. And then anytime outside of that 6 months, it's usually between 6 to 12, depending on the performance of the account, they decide to qualify you for a line of credit, right? So that all this stuff is done, you know, straight through your portal. You see what I mean? So you'll go to you know, there's a tab that's called um funding. There's a funding tab inside of your dashboard, and it'll show you, you'll put in your information and stuff like that, and it'll show you how much the business qualifies for. So just starting off, you know, they might give you, you know, 10,000. You see what I mean? So now once you get approved for the 10,000 gonna automatically go into your Stripe balance, and you can withdraw the whole 10,000 into your business bank account right there and there if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Now the whole objective of it is this is sort of a revolving line of credit. So, and the payback feature is on a per purchase basis. So, you know, so saying that if you had $10,000 from Stripe, the payback may be 19%. This is real numbers too, like 19%, especially your first loan. 19%, 20%, about 20%, right? That they'll take per transaction that comes in. So if you got 30 orders, you know, tomorrow, that means that they took 20% per order to go back towards the payback of the loan. You see what I mean? Until the loan is paid back. So 20% per transaction automatically is going to be allocated, and then now until the loan is paid off, and it's also going to have a minimum required payment. So the contract might be 20% per transaction with a minimum payment of $1,500 a month. You know what I'm saying? So now if you don't meet that minimum quota of paying, so that's how much the money gonna cost. So now let's say, okay, they give you 10,000 and it's gonna cost you so that 10,000 gonna cost you 1,000. You see what I mean? I'm gonna give you 10,000, it's gonna cost you 1,000, right? On the back end, right? And we're gonna take 20% per transaction, or a minimum of $1,500 a month or $1,000 a month, whatever the case is, right? If you don't meet that quota, they're gonna automatically take that outside out the business bank account that you have attached, or it's gonna be a penalty against your account or whatever. You don't want to do that. The whole purpose of it is that now people might think now 20% is high. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on how you not really. Like, especially for no questions asked, loan, just like, line of credit. Lines of credit are beautiful. And honestly, I like the fact that they have it where it automatically comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because really, honestly, I mean, shit, the payback is gonna be quicker than you think. You're not going to be consciously thinking about it, really, because it's automatically coming out of every transaction. So subconsciously and consciously, we tend to not miss what we're not really realizing that we're missing. You see what I mean? Now, until of course you start looking and whatever like that, you're gonna notice it, but it's just different. You know what I'm saying? So I think the ultimate goal in business is to focus on more productivity to produce more revenue. You see what I mean? And that's pretty much what it's all about, man, at the end of the day. Because shit, you want to hurry up and pay back that initial loan so they can give you some more money, and then give you some more money, and then give you, so now you have, revenue coming in, now, and on top of reserve capital. You see what I mean? And remember, this money is still getting is still getting leveraged, and transferred into the business bank account, in which now you're establishing a financial relationship with your bank, which also may become eligible for funding in the forms of lines of credit cards, whatever. So next, you know what I mean? So it's a double bubble and that's the objective, and that's the plan. You want to eat on both sides, but you have to set yourself up for that. So that's pretty much the whole point of this video, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.